Back in January of this year, Christian Perez secured a tour card at Q School, finishing in the final tour card order of merit position in the UK. He was clearly very emotional after this, crying after becoming the first Filipino player to win a card and only the fourth Asian to do so. Perez said it was a dream come true, but what followed was some very frustrating months. Keep watching to find out what happened. Before even winning his card, he already had some great experiences in the PDC. In 2010, he won the Philippines qualifier for the World Championship, where he beat Per Larsen 4-3 in the Ali Pali preliminary round before losing 3-1 to Robert Thornton. 2 years later, he won the Philippines qualifier again and once again got out of the preliminary round, this time with a whitewash win over Austria's Dietmar Berger before losing 3-1 in the first round again, this time to Alan Tabern. Later on in 2012, he partnered Lawrence Alagan at the World Cup, where they lost 5-3 to the USA. The same pair of Perez and Alagan were set to appear at the event in the following year, but they were forced to withdraw nearly 2 weeks before due to travel problems, an issue that affected Perez for the majority of this season so far. Perez's next appearance in the PDC came nearly 3 years later when he won the South Asian qualifier for the 2015 World Championship, but this time it did not go well as he was whitewashed by Cristo Reyes in the preliminary round. He then went nearly 8 years without appearing on a PDC stage before he won the first PDC Asian Championship in 2022, which got him a place in the 2022 Grand Slam and 2023 World Championship. At the Grand Slam, he lost all of his group games and was eliminated, and at Ali Pali, he lost in a deciding set to Simon Whitlock. He won his tour card shortly after this game. Next up for Perez should have been his Players' Championship debut in the early February doubleheader. However, it was confirmed before the events that both he and Corey Cadby, who had also won a tour card at Q School, had withdrawn, with fans speculating that this was due to visa issues. He also missed the third and fourth Players' Championship events, and then he withdrew from the first ranking major of the year, the UK Open. It was at this point that it was confirmed that there were 2 reasons behind his withdrawals. One was that it was hard for him to obtain a long-term visa, and another was that he could not find good childcare. He then missed the next 8 Players' Championship events and had not competed in a Pro Tour event nearly 6 months after winning his card. PDC Chief Executive Matt Porter confirmed during this time that both Perez and Cadby were going through the process of obtaining long-term visas which would allow them to relocate. He later said that they had not heard anything from Perez, but they had submitted the relevant documents to the Home Office. This meant that Perez was picking up no ranking money, and it was going to be very hard for him to retain his tour card with every tournament that he missed, but he was still playing at a very high level on the PDC Asian Tour. At the start of June, it was confirmed that Perez would enter the 13th and 14th Players' Championship events in Germany, making his Players' Championship debut in the process. In the first event, he started with a very tough draw against Rob Cross. He went 2-0 down early on, before winning 3 legs on the spin to take the lead. The winner of the next 6 legs alternated between the 2 players, meaning that Perez ran out the 6-5 winner on his PC debut despite averaging 6 points less than Voltage. Perez then faced Jamie Hughes and won the first 4 legs before dropping 1 and then winning 2 to round off a 6-1 win, where he averaged 4 points less than his opponent. Next up for him was Luke Woodhouse, and he won 5 of the first 6 legs and then the 8th to wrap up a 6-2 win despite averaging less than his opponent again. This meant that he was through to the last 16, where he faced Karol Sedlacek on one of the streaming boards. The game was 2-all early on, but Perez then won 4 of the next 5 legs to get a 6-3 win, where he again averaged less than his opponent. This meant that he reached the quarter-final on debut and was picking up much needed ranking money. However, he was then beaten 6-2 by Connor Scott, who also needs vital ranking money. In this game, Perez averaged 8 points less than his opponent. This meant that his impressive run of wins came to an end, with him averaging 89.49 over the day. This will give him confidence ahead of his upcoming World Cup return, where he and Ilagan will be in a group with Singapore and the Czech Republic, of which Sedlacek, who Perez beat today, is a part of the team.